Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a 30-minute dumbbell only workout. This is going to be kind of like an interval style workout where we do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. I will walk you through the entire process. It's going to be a full body workout. Warm up and cool down will be included in that 30 minutes of time, and I will walk you through that as well. All you will need is a single dumbbell. I am going to be using a 10-pound dumbbell for your reference. Make sure you grab some water and let's get started. All right, so we are starting this workout with a 5-minute warm-up, and we will be ending it with a 5-minute cool down. Each exercise during the warm-up is going to be 15 repetitions per exercise, and we will be doing full body, lots of different muscle groups during this workout. So of course in the warm-up we will be trying to warm up as many muscle groups as possible. I tend to start with upper body and then move down to lower body when I do my warm-ups. But whatever way you want to do it, it's just really important that you do warm up, especially if you're doing any sort of resistance training or any strength training. Starting out your workout without a warm-up, if you're doing strength training, can be really dangerous on your joints, and we don't want to create those injuries because then we're going to be laid up and not being able to work out and stay healthy, and it's going to take us a long time to recover. So please make sure that you do a warm-up. If you choose to do a different warm-up, that's totally fine. I almost always do something different every single time. Again, we're doing 15 repetitions per exercise. The shoulders are notorious for a long and difficult recovery if you do get injured, so I always make sure above anything else that my shoulders are nice and warm before I do any weightlifting of any sort. Okay, we're shaking it out and we're moving on to lower body. First exercise is a body weight squat. Everyone's form will slightly differ based on the anatomy of your body, based on previous injuries, based on your muscles. I have very tight hips and hamstrings because I don't stretch as much as I used to. And obviously I'm doing my warm-up, so of course I'm not going to be going as deep into the movement as I would during my workout. Next, we're going to be moving on to lateral steps or side lunges, whatever you want to call them. You will notice that I am, again, not going very deep into the movement. This is several days later that I'm recording this, but I remember my legs and hips being super tight, and you don't want to push yourself beyond your capabilities, especially during a warm-up, because that is not the point of a warm-up. So we're doing 15 per leg on these. These are so great to get all of those leg muscles really nice and warm, and they're going to get your heart rate up as well. I can already tell that I'm able to go slightly deeper into the movement than I could at the very beginning when I first started. So that's great to see. If I did this exercise at the end of my workout, I'm sure I could get even further into it. But again, to avoid accident, to avoid injury, we just want to work within our capabilities. If you are feeling really tight, definitely don't go all the way down into the movement. All right, we're shaking it out again and we're moving on to the next exercise. So these are alternating toe touches. Keep a slight bend in your knee. The point here is to kind of warm up our core, our lower back. I have lower back problems. My lower back is always tight, always sore. I probably need to do a little bit more work to help with that, and we will do a little bit of work on that in this workout today. But again, trying to warm up as many muscle groups as we can in that 5 minutes.
So again, just like the other exercises, we are doing 15 repetitions per side. So in total, I'm doing 30 here. This is going to be the last exercise in our warm-up. Shake it out, grab a drink of water, and let's get started. Okay friends, we are going to be starting the workout portion of this video. We're going to start with a front raise. You're going to hold the dumbbell between your arms. The inside of your elbow should be facing upwards. Bring it all the way up and then release it down. Bring it all the way up, then release it down. We are going to be doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for the entirety of the workout portion of this video today. So I'm not focusing on how many reps I'm doing or how fast I can get it done. I'm trying to move at a comfortable pace. Okay, so now we're going to take our 20 seconds of rest. Catch your breath. You're probably not going to have enough time to get a drink of water every 20-second break. We will take minute-long breaks in between the supersets. Okay, we are going to do sun salutations as our kind of cardio exercise. This is kind of the first exercise to really get us even more warmed up than we were at the beginning. This is a fantastic exercise to really warm up the entire body, get your muscles warm and feeling connected. If you can't jump back or jump forward, that's totally fine. You can step back and step forward if you need to. Always work within your own abilities. All right, now we're taking our 20 seconds of rest, and then we will be repeating that superset again. I always try to stay standing, kind of active when I'm doing my rest periods. We're already starting back up again for 40 seconds of the front raises with the dumbbell. Try to remember to keep your core tight, solid, strong stance. This is going to work mostly the front of your shoulder, but also it can work your core, can work your biceps a little bit as well. Always remember to exhale when you're doing the hardest amount of work. All right, we're already ready for our 20-second break here, and then we will be moving on to our sun salutations again. All right, here we go with our sun salutations. Raise your arms up, exhale, jump back into a push-up, upward dog, downward dog, jump forward, stand up. Focus on your breath, it's so important. Your body is going to be telling you when to breathe, when to inhale, when to exhale, and it's important that you just listen to it. Exhale when you're doing the most amount of work. Inhale when you have a second to relax. All right, 20 seconds of rest starting now. So the way I ended up timing the workout, we get 20 seconds of rest after our 2 supersets, and then we get another full minute of rest. I actually messed up when I was making the timers for this workout. I didn't notice it until the very end. So your rest in between Supersets is actually going to be about 1 minute and 20 seconds instead of a minute. So try to walk around, try to stay active, use that time to get a drink, catch your breath. We are still very early in the workout, so you're probably not super winded yet at this point, but towards the end, I'm sure you will be. All right, so we are moving on to the next exercise. We are doing a single arm pull and then a kickback. So we are working our upper back and our tricep and then the rear delt, so the rear part of the shoulder as well. You're working your legs a little bit as well because you're having to stay in this stance. You want to try to keep a flat back. You don't want to have your back arched as much as possible. Everyone is different, everyone's built differently. Just do the best you can. Already taken 20 seconds of rest. Obviously, I listen to music while I work out. I opted to leave the clips in the video today instead of editing all of them out, which was my original plan. All right, next exercise in this superset is a squat. So when we warmed up today, we did a squat, just body weight. Now we're going to be holding onto that dumbbell. So weight is going to be in your heels, sink into it, press up through your heels. When you come back up, once again, you should be able to go a little bit deeper than you did during the warm-up, but always, always, always work within your own capabilities. If you can't go as deep as I can, that's totally fine. If you can go much deeper than I can, that's fine as well. Just do the best you can. All right, and we are taking 20 seconds of rest, and then we're going to be repeating that same superset one more time. All right, grab your dumbbell. We are doing the other arm now. So we're doing a row and then a kickback. Make sure your arm is nice and rigid and you're using your muscles to move the weight around. You're not flinging it around, you're not flopping it around, you're not using momentum to get it from point A to point B. You're using your muscles. If you need to use it, do this exercise without any weight, that's totally fine. Just use your own resistance. If you need to use a lighter weight, that is fine as well. Work within your own capabilities. All right, 20 seconds of rest, and then we are going to be moving on again to squats. All right, grab that dumbbell. We are moving into our second round of squats. Like I talked about earlier, exhale when you're doing the most movement. So inhale on your way down, exhale on your way up. Inhale on your way down, exhale on your way up. Push through those heels. Really focus on that mind to muscle connection. You should feel it in your glutes, in your hamstrings, in your quads. I know the next day after this workout, my glutes were a little sore. My quads were a little sore. My triceps were definitely sore from those kickbacks that we just did. All right, here we are doing our rest. So once again, we'll get 1 minute and 20 seconds of rest here. If you don't feel like you need to take that long of a rest, you can always do a cardio exercise in between. Jumping jacks, body weight squats, lunges, jump rope, high knees, butt kickers, whatever you need to do, or you can just kind of walk around. I'm using it to get my water intake for the day, catch my breath. I'm not in the best shape of my life, I'll admit, so jumping around too much in between sets is probably not within my capabilities at the moment. All right, grab your weight. We are doing a tricep exercise and then we'll do a cardio exercise next. Hold the dumbbell in between your hands, elbows pointed forward and up in a fixed stationary position, meaning where your triceps are, that part of your arm is moving very little. You want to try to keep it in the same position. Exhale when you push that weight up. We're not flinging the weight around, we are in control of the movement. My arms were very sore from this particular exercise. All right, 20 seconds of rest. Catch your breath, the next one's a doozy. So for the next exercise, I would say it's kind of like a burpee modification. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting down into a plank, jumping back into a plank, I should say, starting now. Jump forward and sit into a squat. Hold it as low as you possibly can. These were killer for me, especially the second set. So again, we're jumping back into a plank, jumping forward into a squat hold. If you can't jump and you need to step one leg at a time, that's totally fine. I definitely had to readjust on these a couple of times. Always focusing on your breath is a big help, so make sure you are. All right, we're done with that first round. We've got 20 seconds of rest, and then we are going to be moving on to the second round of that exercise. All right, here we go. Round 2 of this exercise. Again, exhale when you're doing the most work. So when you're pushing that weight back up, you should be exhaling and inhaling when it's going down. Try not to fling it around. You should definitely be sore tomorrow after you do this exercise. All right, here we go. 20 seconds of rest before we do that squat plank hold situation that we love so much. Catch your breath. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And we're jumping back into a plank, jumping forward into a squat hold, and back into a plank, and forward into a squat hold. It's only 40 seconds. I know you can do it. It's hard. Grayson just woke up from his nap if you're actually watching the video, so I was almost done with my workout. I was excited to get to hang out with him. Just a couple more seconds here. All right. You're going to get 1 minute and 20 seconds of rest. I am blessed with the sweetest little boy you have ever met, by the way. Get your drink of water. I'm going to be moving the camera a little bit to get a better angle. The next exercises that we're going to be doing are on the ground. If you are on a hard floor surface and you don't think that's going to be comfortable for you, grab a mat. Doing these exercises on a carpeted area would be a good idea. All right, so grab a dumbbell. We're not going to use it on the first exercise, but we'll use it on the second one. The first exercise is an alternating leg drop or alternating toe taps, whatever you want to call them. These have been my favorite exercise postpartum. I have not done enough work on my core postpartum to help recover from the trauma of like being pregnant and having a child. I do a little bit of ab work and core work. I definitely should do more. On these, make sure your core is engaged and your knees stay at about 90 degrees. Okay, we're ready for 20 seconds of rest, and then we're going to be doing a glute bridge with the dumbbell on our hips. I like to do a wider stance. If you want to do a narrow stance, that's totally fine. All right, here we go. 40 seconds of glute bridges. Pressing through your heels, regardless if you have a wide stance or a narrow stance. We want to push through those heels to really focus on those glutes. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. We are so close to being finished with this workout. I know at this point I was getting tired. Just a couple more seconds here, and then we'll move on to our 20 seconds of rest. All right, take your 20 seconds. I did not get up off the ground for my 20-second break. Getting close to starting that second round of exercises. 3, 2, 1, and begin. If you want to do a harder version, you can keep your legs straight and drop them all the way down to the floor and then all the way back up. That's slightly more challenging. I would say my core is like a beginner to intermediate level core. I definitely am not advanced. Definitely have a long way to go with my core work to make sure my core is nice and strong. All right, 20 seconds of rest, and then we are going to be doing one more set of glute bridges, and that is going to conclude the workout portion of this video. Don't go anywhere though, because we are going to be doing a 5-minute cool down and stretch, which is so important to do at the end of your workouts. All right, here we go. Glute bridges. Pushing through those heels, really challenge yourself to get those hips nice and high. I struggle with range of motion on this exercise, so I was pretty excited with the range of motion I was able to get on this particular day. Just a few more seconds, and then we are going to be done with this entire workout. Let's do one more. And done. All right, so we are going to be doing the cool down and stretch portion of the workout today. As you can see, I was excited to be there. I almost always start my stretching routine with butterfly pose, as you can see. For the stretching portion of this workout, we are going to be doing each hold for 30 seconds. Each stretch for 30 seconds. All right, moving that left leg out straight, touching your toes if you can. If you can't, you can use a rope or a strap If you don't have anything, you can just hold on to your knee or your shin. We want to be feeling the stretch in our leg. We want to try to keep our back as flat as possible and not just round forward. All right, switching legs, moving on to that right leg. This is the perfect time to kind of slow your breath, really focus on that breathing, consistent breaths, getting your heart rate back down. If it got up, it may not have. Mine certainly got up there. All right, now we're gonna do both legs straight. Touch your toes if you can. I definitely was rounding my back a lot, but as I mentioned previously in the video, I have back problems, and so rounding my back actually felt really good and gave me some relief in my lower back. So that's probably why I was rounding it like that. All right, moving on, we are going to do a tricep stretch because God knows we worked our triceps today. 30 seconds per arm, we're gonna hold it. Just a few more seconds and we'll move on to the next arm. All right, switching arms. Again, focusing on your breathing. Stretching is so important for recovery and for strong, healthy muscles. Helps to relieve that tension, obviously. All right, couple more seconds and we're going to be moving on to the next exercise. Clasp your hands together behind your back. Push your chest forward a little bit. You should feel this a little bit in your chest, but definitely in the front part of your shoulders. I just don't have great mobility. Again, I don't work on it enough. Not nearly as much as I should. So just push your arms back and lift them as high as you can comfortably. We want to push ourselves, but not too far. All right, moving on. Downward facing dog. This is the holy grail of stretching exercises. You get so many muscle groups that are being stretched right here. Lower back, hamstrings, calves, my lat area, my shoulders get a good stretch here. My chest gets a little bit of a stretch. This is such a great exercise. All right, moving on to child's pose. I actually like to do a variation where I lean off to one side, and that really helps stretch out my lats. I have really tight lats, just like everything else. And then moving over to the other side, we're just doing 15 seconds on these ones because we are running out of time. And then moving back to the middle, you can see my sweaty handprints there. Just a regular child's pose, 30 seconds here. This should feel really nice on your lower back, on your lats, on your shoulders. Really relaxing, really calming to get you back to that nice, relaxed place. And we're finishing up here, and that concludes this workout.
All right, guys, so that is today's workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more workout videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.